TESS Energy Solutions, thermal energy salvage and storage, enhancing the now bottom line for business and industry and for the future of planet Earth. In business, does it ever make any sense to needlessly waste half or more of any resource? In 2022, globally, we spent about $10 trillion on energy in all of its forms. And we wasted more than 5 trillion of that as thermal energy. Nature has an HVAC system, heating, ventilating, air conditioning for the planet. It's a phase change material called water, ice to water to vapor, and then from vapor to water to ice. The single largest contributor to the climate challenge we face is the energy we waste. TESS's programmable synthetic phase change material attacks, salvages, and recycles that waste as resilient, sustainable energy. Programmable synthetic phase change material is the heart of TESS, thermal energy salvage and storage, with direct conversion to electricity. TESS was proven in $50 million worth of generation 1 through 4 R&D contracted installations. By the way, Dr. Bilodeau invested all 12 million of his profit into taking this from generation 1 to generation 4. The results: TESS reduces industrial commercial energy consumption 20 to 35%, increases the megawatt hour output of all types of power generation 25 to 40%. TESS enhances the operating profit and generally meets or exceeds 2030 environmental objectives, performs for decades with nominal maintenance, simple payback 1.5 to 4 years, and can be installed with no capex or debt by a utility capital fund. $5 trillion of energy wasted annually is a thermal gold mine for TESS. But wait, there's more. Combine solar thermal with TESS, and you're able to generate 14 to 20 megawatt hours of electricity in a 24-hour day in less than half of a football field. It takes 12 acres of solar panels and a Tesla wall to do that. Our SPCM is non-toxic and environmentally benign. If it gets out into the environment, you can't say that about lithium ion. MP Logan and Associates, LLC, DBA TESS Energy Solutions is gaining traction as the global distributor and intellectual property licensing agency for Smart Phases Incorporated, the IP holder in which we have a stake. We have $100 million committed to TESS Energy Solutions by on-site utility capital for the purchase, installation, and maintenance of TESS via shared savings model, virtually eliminating the no money, no budget objection. The first units moved into the United States in 2023, Q4 and Q1 of 2024. In addition to actually having the technology, being able to prove the value is extremely important. And we've created an app that allows for a semi-automated engineering analysis, demonstrating TESS's value to a facility in hours rather than weeks to months. And I've done this kind of work before, back when it took weeks to months. We're on track for 2,500 PhD supervised engineering and economic analyses in 2024, expecting 501 megawatt unit sales out of that, paving the way to mass production. The capital raise that we're doing creates a mass production facility in a federal opportunity zone in a single shift, full production, 2001 megawatt TESS is $3.58 billion in production a year. And you can look at this on the projection, being realistic on this, of the 63 million EBITDA projected from that 500, we'll probably see about 12.5 million of that this year as we bring in the pro rata portion of our commission from those contracts. And then you'll look at 2025 and you'll see 128 million, and you'll look at 2026 and you'll see 257 million. Let me take it a little bit further out here. With the licensed assembly plant model, we facilitate exponential growth. And we will, TESS Energy Solutions, receive commissions on all royalties paid to the IP holder. By the time we get to the end of 5 years in this production, we're looking at $3.5 billion in EBITDA. That's how powerful and far-reaching this opportunity is. With a facility in Houston and that's just single shift. We'll have that in operation by Q2 of 2025, and that will allow us to then really expand into the market. And it's critical. Right now, we're the only one of our kind in the world. In 5 years, somebody will come up with a big stack of cash and an inexpensive knockoff. We want to be there ahead of them. Right now, the opportunities, we have 10 ownership interest units in the LLC. As we merge into the C Corp with no diminishment, there'll be 2,000 of those shares in the C Corp that will be sold for $25,000 a share, giving us the $50 million that will launch the plant in Houston and at the same time launch the product development plant where the light commercial and residential products will be out in the next 2 to 3 years. Our team, Dr. Stefan Bilodeau, won a 2007 ASHRAE Excellence in Engineering Award for the invention of this synthetic phase change material. John Bogeman is a co-CEO along with me of TESS Energy Solutions. I worked with John back in the early 2000s in the energy tax engineering business. In a startup, we did $80 million worth of business in 7 months. I was his COO back then. I have worked on this for 7 years, 8 years actually. I worked for 7 years as the chief operating officer for Smart Phases, and then they granted MP Logan Associates the global distributorship and IP licensing agency. It's an incredible opportunity for us to be able to have an impact on the bottom line and for the world. This is us, TESS Energy, thermal energy storage, salvage, and conversion. It's the opportunity that I look for all my life and have found it, and I want to see this get out to the world. I want to thank you for your time and attention today.